Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, and by me I mean it's only a bot. So today I thought I'd do something a little different with the content. We'll do a little narration. I'll walk you through some of my gameplay here, and some of my thoughts, and what was happening, and just kind of go through the whole process. Initially, this is a Platinum Solo, North America, and I've been really working towards the Deadeye achievement, which is something you'll see later on. I want to achieve it, of course, in some awesome gameplay and share it. Not only showing you how to do it. I mean, it's pretty straightforward, but still, I want to make a video that shows that. But also, oh, well, I took note there of that flare, and you know, I kind of went out the window with the whole idea of playing for the Deadeye achievement. I thought, you know what, let's go for it. Maybe we can find an AWM. Maybe we can go for the achievement. We'll see what happens. But I was feeling extra aggressive today. I had taken a nap. I was feeling decent. So this was my first game kind of back at it for the day. I played earlier, I think. But I just decided, you know, why not? Let's go for it. One thing I found, at least in Platinum level, you know, I'm not Conqueror or Ace or anything like that in solos. But people, I've noticed, especially as I've improved in skill over time, people tend to play a lot more scared, a lot more passive. Now, again, I'm not playing the high tier levels, I'm playing Platinum, which is, you get some decent players, but also you get some players that are a little scared. So I decided to take that to my advantage here, and you know, maybe go for the AWM. Maybe that's going to be in his crate. I'm not quite sure, but I thought, why not go for it? I'll just go for the push. It's my first game back at it today, so that's what I'm doing here. My playstyle, I don't necessarily go for the straight rush, okay? So I like to be, I guess, kind of passively aggressive or strategic about my push, where I know some people that just go for it and it works for them. For me, I like to first observe the battlefield, know what's going on, and really know where my enemy is and what's happening, what weapons they have. So I see him here, barely. Keep in mind, I do the zoom so you can see a little bit, but I miss so much. Even though I have a Note 8, I'm playing on the Samsung, there's still a lot that I miss, and you'll see it. I zoom in a few spots here. So I went for him, hit him, but I couldn't quite see him that well with that scope. And if I had seen him there, which I did not at all, so as this progresses, what I'm doing is I'm kind of safely pushing forward because I don't know where he is. I did not see him not even a bit. So I'm still looking for him. I have no idea that he just pushed left. This could have been dangerous for me, but fortunately, as you'll see, it works out. But so I'm pushing around, and I figure I'll do a flank. I'll keep moving. It's a very important thing to keep moving. I noticed something at that rock though, and I go for it. I didn't know who that was. I had no idea he'd gone left, so I still am unaware if there's a crate guy, you know, what's going on. I hear bots back there. You can hear by their gunfire. They're highly predictable. So I figure they're not a threat. They're just shooting each other. That's why I just keep moving on. I'm looking for the real player. I don't know where he is. I don't know if that was him. I don't know if he's over here. I don't know what guns he has. Then all of a sudden, this guy's also going for the push. I could have lost it here, but fortunately, a shot kind of scared him off, and I was able to ADS him down. So that could have been bad. Totally missed the smoke, but so that worked out. And I still have no idea what's going on. I see the MK, but you know, there's a lot of stuff missing. So I have no idea what the secondary gun is, because there's typically two guns: an AWM, a Groza, an AUG. I don't know what this dude has. I don't know if he's in here, perhaps. So I do a quick peek. Nothing. And I keep moving on. I see this guy down here, and kind of go a little crazy. But I knew that was a bot, just by the way he was playing. Bots kind of just rush at you a little bit. So you begin to kind of identify bots. And recently I've been doing, once I do my video footage, I will go in the game, and I'll look up the names, the ones that I can anyway, without all the fancy characters. And that was a bot. And I can tell that because... oh. That also ends up being a bot. I figured that's probably one of the two guys, one of the two bots I noticed prior to pushing up that were shooting at each other. So, but you know, I'm on high alert still because I don't know. I don't know where that guy is. I'm like, did I get him? Is he the one at the rock? I'm thinking about it. That's what's going on at the moment. So I'm just kind of pushing around, jumping around, trying to play it a little safe here and see what's up. I kind of forgot where he was for a moment, so I figured I'd go check this guy, just loot around, because clearly I'm trying to get some ammo. And we push over, so I'm going to go check out the rock and see what this guy has, because I want to identify whether this was the crate person or whether I still have a threat that is somewhere near, perhaps watching me. So I'm moving around, don't want to sit still too long, and there it is. There's the flare. So now I know I can breathe for just a second. Still have to be safe because you can get third party pretty easy with that crate that was there. There might be some people in the distance looking at it through a scope. So, or maybe have pushed up and they're waiting to ambush. So that's why I kind of go prone here. I'm trying to dump my loot that I don't need and grab the things that I can use. So I feel safe for a second here, but I'm also feeling pretty good after all those kills, all that action that just happened. 2 of them were bots. I knew that right away. Clearly the guy driving wasn't a bot, and the guy that got the crate wasn't a bot, but those 2 kills in between, or the last 2 kills were, I assume, bots, and I looked them up, so in post I can tell you they were definitely bots. So if you go to add friend and you type their name in and nothing comes up, then that was clearly a bot. So, but the other guys will pop up when you do add friend, type their name, you'll see them, you can look at their profile, see their rank. So I like to do that, kind of see what's going on. See what kind of opponent I just had. So at this point, just gonna move on. I cut a little bit there because all we did, we were just driving. So I was just driving. I'm gonna loot a little bit more. I believe I'm still looking for an extended mag for my an extended quick draw, hopefully, for my MK. But I mean, the 10 rounds is fine. It's a pretty powerful gun. It's got a lot of recoil, so I'm not that accustomed to it. I don't use it that much, but it is pretty powerful when you hit. So my favorite part, though, is that Groza. It used to be one of those guns I didn't like as much because it's harder to control, especially at a longer range, but it is a powerful gun. The fire rate, so if you're in a trade-off at, say, like less than 20 meters, just throwing a number out there, but especially close quarters, it will shred your opponent before they can shred you. So you'll see that. There's an encounter I have later on in this game that the Groza absolutely saved my butt. So that is why it has become one of my favorite close quarters guns, and it's pretty much going to give you the kill when it's 1v1 and you're just trading off. And you know, it doesn't really matter the armor, especially if you hit for the head. 7.62 ammo, really high fire rate, 40 rounds. You can just I've wiped squads with it before. It's a powerful gun, so I try to grab it when it's available. So at this point, just kind of driving around, hit a little bit of lag there. Does that occasionally. Not quite sure if that's the game or if it's my hardware. I don't know, because it happens from time to time. At this point, yeah, my battery's full, so it was probably just the game. Happens in squads, so sometimes your squad mates will say, you know, they'll say the same thing, they experienced it, so it's sometimes just the server, just the game itself. So we're just going to drive around for a little while. At this point, I'm just looking for more people. I'm feeling good. This game was just going my way, so it's just, I felt pretty strong. So I'm just going to kind of drive around here for a little while. I love first-person driving. It's a lot more controllable to me than, you know, third person. It's a little more squirrely with the control scheme I use anyway. I use the all-in-one, as you can see, the thumbstick, as opposed to, like, splitting the steering. So I go for just kind of a push. It's a thing I learned from some pro players, kind of driving up, and you just ram into the building and get out right away. You can park your car, sometimes kind of like near a window, and that allows for an easy escape if you're in a situation where you just need to bail. Sometimes you need to live to fight another day, so that's what I did there. Just kind of pulled up just in case there was anybody here. Luckily, solos is a little different than squads, so you know, sometimes there might be a camper. They might be just sitting in buildings. That happens, but I'm just kind of looking to loot a little bit further here, just get my stuff. So I've got level 3 armor, so we're doing good. We got some nice crate weapons. I have the quick draw on the MK, I believe, so that's pretty good. Faster reload time, so I'm just going to drive around a little further. The red zone's one of those things. I don't really care too much. I have died by it before, but it's like very rare. So here's something important. I'm driving up, and I figured that's a bot. So I want to do something fancy, and I have no idea where that nade came from. I reviewed this footage over and over and over, But there's a player somewhere. I think I encounter him later. But I don't know if he was trying to nade me in the building and I had pushed out. But I didn't even notice that when that had happened. I was trying to do a fancy move, kind of jump to the passenger seat and shoot. But, you know, then I realized it didn't give me the kill. But, so we're driving here. I cut out some of the driving. And then, boom. Suddenly I'm getting shot at. I think an Uzi? I don't know. I have no idea where this guy is. I cannot see him. So I'm going to jump out. Try to go for the encounter. Feeling confident. But, don't see him. No, he has a drop on me. So he knows where I am. So I'm going to get out of here. Okay. Yeah, see, that was pretty close. He might have got me there if I had stayed. So my plan is here. I'm gonna push back. And I'm going to make him think I just kind of like squirreled out. You know, I'm gone. But I'm going to push back. So at this point, I'm kind of out of range. He doesn't know where I went. Did I stop? Did I keep moving? He has no idea. So I'm going to push back for him. And we're going to kind of take a look. I really just wanted to hunt this guy now. I just, you know, he took shots at me. And I feel I have the gun advantage. I mean, I heard an Uzi, and I'm not quite sure what that was. Maybe an M4 on auto, and then he took a single shot. But, you know, he didn't really hit me. He hit my car. So feeling pretty confident here I can win the trade-off. So I'm looking for him, hoping to get the drop, kind of ambush over the hill. That was a little dangerous because somebody could have been in Pachinki just watching as I pulled up in the UAZ. They could have been scoping me out with, say, an AWM, an M24. It was dangerous, but I'm feeling good. Solos again are a little bit easier. Squads, that would have been a lot more of a dangerous move, I feel like. But for solos, people are usually just kind of hanging out, at least like I said earlier in Platinum, and just chilling, go to buildings, camp out, stuff like that. So I'm feeling pretty in control of this game right now. All of my opponents and everything, I'm feeling good. So I'm just going to kind of look for this guy. And I've played this map so many times. I'm looking in the field. Did he stop? Did he try to push up the hill? And now I'm just trying to guess where logically, where would he have gone? If he's not here, I never saw him. So I just saw the hit marker in the shots. And I don't know if I just saw him actually in the footage. No, I didn't. It's just a bush. So I'm looking for him. Did he stop in the field? Where'd he go? And at this point, I'm thinking there's only really one or two logical spots that he would like the high probability that he would have pushed to. So, and that is the buildings a little bit there to the hill, way out in the distance, the trees to the left. There's a series of buildings that are red. I'm assuming he very likely went that direction if he's not right here. Or he could be up on that hill. Sometimes people like to camp up on the hill, right straight ahead there to the left, and I'm looking at in the center of the frame in the distance. Up there. So he might be up there, possibly. So I'm just kind of running around looking for him. I've got my Groza out just in case there's a close quarters combat. I'm not quite sure if he's waiting for me or if he just kept pushing on. But at this point, I'm just trying to get in his head. I assume he saw me drive off, took shots, figures I just booked it out and was gone. So I'm looking around. I'm wondering if he might be on the hill. Or maybe he came up this way, but I'm guessing at this point he's in those houses. But I'm gonna check around, kind of keep moving, keep present. Kind of check things out from a distance, see if I can get my eyes on my target, so I kind of have the drop. Because at this point is nobody knows where anybody is, so I don't know where he's at, and I'm not sure if he's watching me, but he likely doesn't really know where I'm at. So it's kind of an equal match at this point. Still just kind of looking for him. He could be on the back hill, so I'm not quite sure. I'm pretty sure I'm going to scope that out too, just to check. Yeah, just wanted to see. There's a couple different games I've had where people are sitting up there in a ghillie, sitting prone, just taking shots. So nobody's shooting at me though, so I'm feeling pretty good here. I'm going to take this risk and push up at kind of an angle downhill. Didn't see anyone in the house, so I'm going to kind of use this wall and this angle, that hut, to kind of push up and see what's up. Still kind of keep my eyes on the hill back there to see if anything happens. Go in here and see what's up. Oh, I heard him, so I was right. There he is. Jumping. Boom. Threat eliminated. So I was right on where I thought he might be. He still could have been somewhere else, but that's what I figured. So at this point, I'm just going to kind of loot up and stuff and restart the video, actually. So I go in this corner. Accidentally opened the door. Whoops. I restarted there, so it actually, I crouched down, stopped the recording, and then had to restart it because the Samsung, with these longer games, tends to quit, like, of course, at the last couple engagements. So I restart it just to get rid of that so I don't have to try to worry about restarting recording because it auto stops at 4 gigs when I'm in the middle of one of the final gunfights, which could be life or death. So recently that's what I've been doing for these videos. I haven't heard really any gunshots, so I feel pretty safe here. I figure I'll just go on foot. Just kind of push around, see what's up. I know the buildings are up here on the left. Excuse me, up on the right. So I'm going to check those out. Sometimes people like to go up to the coast also. So it's just one of those things. I figured I mean, somebody could have been drawn to the gunfire, but I'm just going to keep pushing around. See if I can get my eyes on anyone. Nothing. I'm highly suspect of these houses, but I don't see anything going on. Doors look closed. Some people close the doors, but most people just leave them open. So if there's open doors, you know someone's been there, a bot's been there. At this point, I'm going to kind of sit in this dip where I feel safe, and I'm going to just top myself off, especially last, like, end game part, top 10. I like to be fully boosted. It's just smart. So something you should do if you don't do it. Just always have yourself boosted up ready, because it's a heal over time. So if I get into an engagement and say the other person isn't topped off with boosts, and, you know, I take some damage and they take some damage in a trade-off, but we kind of get away from each other, I will likely have health advantage because I have a full boost. I move a slight bit faster when you're above 60%, and you, not much, but it can make a difference, you know, those little bits. And my health is slowly ticking up. So if my opponent didn't and they took damage, their health is going to be where it's at, and they might try to heal or whatever else, where my health is ticking up over time as I'm moving about. So it can give you that slight advantage. Sometimes it comes down to one bullet, you know, one bullet trade-off. And if I have slightly more health, I can absorb a little bit more damage than my opponent, and I can come out on top. So I'm going to push up these houses here, see what's going on. It's been awfully quiet for a while, but I'm outside zone, so... I actually missed this guy right here, and I only saw this in post. 9 people alive, excluding me, or including me, I suppose. That would be 8 other players that I have to be concerned about. Maybe bots, but at this point, top 10's usually live players, so... I'm just kind of pushing towards zone and trying to be aware of what's going on around me, as you can see. Suddenly, though, as I'm running, I'm just kind of looking. Oh, I see something. And I was fortunate he did not look in my direction. He was scoping someone else. So you can see I went a little crazy with the MK. Forgot that recoil, but I brought it in to finish the kill, but it climbs. So here I know 7 other players. There's 1 there. So it's 6 unaccounted for. And then this is where the gross comes in. I was actually busy. At the moment, I was looking beyond that shack because I heard that Car 98 going off on the hill, and that's what I was going to push. And then suddenly, as you saw, that guy just popped out of nowhere. Now, I zoomed in here because I just wanted to kind of go over what I was thinking here. I felt pretty safe because I know 5 other players, 2 are accounted for, that one in the buggy, and then the one with the Car 98, I assume, is on that hill. So I just did a full minute, and sure enough, there he is. 3 shots. Not quite a headshot finish, but good enough. 3 shots did it. Not sure if he was damaged or anything. I don't know. I don't know where the guy in the buggy went that was looting that crate, but I'm just going to keep pushing out. It's important to kind of keep moving, because people tend to expect you to be where you were last shooting. So especially in you know, these games in the Platinum and whatever. But I want to push up these houses and maybe get an eye on the guy that was at the drop. That's my plan right now. I am so skeptical of these things, as you can see. I'm just checking it out. I wanted to make sure, especially after that engagement that just happened before with the guy in the shed. That's why I kind of circled it and popped the door open as I went around, because if someone was in there when I popped that door, they likely would have opened fire, trying to pre-fire, and that would have given them away. But there was nobody in there, so. But don't ever assume that something is empty. There could very likely, especially these last like end games, final circles, people might be sitting tight, waiting for that ambush. I'm gonna go push the guy over here. That's the plan. Kind of get a peek over this hill, see if he's over there by the box still, kind of hanging out. And then I noticed this, kind of looking around. Didn't notice it yet. Kind of see that UAZ right there, and I'm like, wait a second. That's usually a sign that someone is there, because, yep, there he is right there. So he gave himself away. He's shooting, I think, at the guy that was at the box. So I'm going to kind of see if I can get eyes on him. I don't know if he's in the house. I mean, in retrospect, in post, I can tell you can hear it. And the UAZ kind of gives him away. But I'm not sure if he's on the side. Maybe he's by the UAZ. I don't know really at this point in the game. I don't know who he shot. But so I'm playing it safe. I want to get eyes on him before I really rush up, or at least get an idea of where he's at, in case he's somewhere I don't think he is. And then I run up, you know, lackadaisical, and he shoots me. So I want to win the game at this point. I'm going to go for kind of an aggressive push. This nade is more, I mean, hopefully it gets him, but it's more to push him, to identify where he's at. So I hear him, and I know at this point he's pushed to the back corner. So I'm going to see if he's going to jump out. I'm going to check. Okay, no, he's going to sit in there. So I'm going to try to juke him here and at the same time give myself some cover so I can go for the push. And then you'll see me do something kind of stupid. But pro tip, I love to use my head to identify if someone's up the top of the stairs. Don't do that. But hey, I wanted to peek first person. You kind of have to expose yourself to take a look. So I figure at this point, I'm going to try a flash. I'm going to see, because these things, I'd never get them to work right. But he's in the room. And sure enough, boom. I love that they show you. Now, I don't believe they used to show you if it actually was effective or not. But I saw as soon as I pushed the room that he was affected by the flash because he had his hand up. It's an animation. So, and he just started to fire as I came in because he heard the footsteps. I'm not sure if you could see or if you could see well. He definitely was deaf, for a moment there from that bang. But at this point, I'm like, okay, so final circle. I got to get moving. I'm just going to take his UAZ and kind of push in. I'm figuring this is going to be like a gunfight. I don't know where this guy is. He could already be planted somewhere. But I'm going to just kind of go over. I see death right here. That's probably what he shot. And suddenly, this guy's right in front of me. DP. And I don't know what he was doing. I have no idea. I don't know what his plan was. If he just thought I was a bot or going to be a bot, I don't know. But hey, I needed a vehicle finish anyway because I'm working for Chicken Master achievement too. So we got progress towards an achievement. Nothing Deadeye, but hey, we won. We got some progress. And that's some narration for kind of my thoughts and some of the actions I took. And hopefully you enjoyed that. I want to show you here. I'll just show you kind of my results and the just so you can see the rank and all that stuff. 'Cause, hey, whatever. Thanks for watching.